The Congress should give the chairmanship or the chairpersonship of the India Alliance to a non-Congress party. But I think Mamata is right now the ideal candidate to head the India Alliance. You have to defeat the BJP despite the Election Commission, despite the ED. Although the CBI, the income tax will be against you, you will have less money. You will have hostility from big media, television channels. You will be facing all kinds of threats and arrests and lack of resources. And yet you have to win an election. Because if you don't, the BJP will only get progressively more authoritarian and fascist. If you don't stop the BJP in every election between now and 2029, ending with the 2029 Lok Sabha elections, Indian democracy can be formally buried, formally cremated.
Hello and a warm welcome to HW News Network, your one-stop show, truth be told, for some engaging and thought-provoking conversations. Today is 10th of June and Prime Minister Modi has crossed a milestone of becoming the longest continuously serving elected Prime Minister. And what the newspapers and the media reports and even the BJP says is that Prime Minister has completed 4,399 consecutive days in office, overtaking Jawaharlal Nehru's record of 4,398 days after the first general election. Now, how is the BJP celebrating it? Of course, these are the kind of posters which you will see. History has a new king. Narendra Modi completes 4,400 plus days. Then they give a comparison with Jawaharlal Nehru, Indira Gandhi, Manmohan Singh, Rajiv Gandhi. All of these posters are out. And look at this. Anupam Kher, what he says, and I'm just putting out the ANI tweet. He says Prime Minister Narendra Modi is adding a new chapter to India's democratic history today. His record as the longest serving Prime Minister is not merely a personal achievement. It is a testament to the strength of Indian democracy and the trust of the people. Sustaining public support and confidence for such an extended period is no easy feat in any democracy. It requires unwavering dedication to the nation, coupled with relentless hard work, a clear vision, and the courage to make tough decisions. Prime Minister Modi's journey exemplifies how an individual from an ordinary background can rise to the nation's highest office through deeds, hard work, and determination, remaining a beacon of hope for millions over the years. May India continue to progress, scale new heights, and further strengthen its unique identity on the global stage. Heartfelt best wishes and congratulations to Prime Minister Narendra Modi on this historic achievement. Now, the newspapers have published editorials as well. Of course, this is one of the tweets put out by Mohandas Pai. Congratulations to our Prime Minister on becoming the longest serving PM ever in our history. As our PM, he is the most successful Prime Minister who's had the largest positive impact on all Indians. We look forward to a greater future. Now, as I told you, the newspapers have published editorials. Look at who is writing this. Former Prime Minister H.D. Devagowda writes eulogies about Prime Minister Modi as to why he's so successful, because he's so reflective. Then he says that Nehru did not have as many challenges as Prime Minister Modi has. And then he says Prime Minister Modi is quite reflective. He is open to media scrutiny. He's okay with the hostility of the mainstream media. That also is a challenge which he has to undergo. Then he says that during Nehru's times, the population was lesser, the political parties in contention were fewer in number, but Prime Minister Modi has to face all of this. This is what he writes. Then there is another editorial which Chandrababu Naidu had put out in a Hindi newspaper, that is the Hindi Indian Express, that is on June 9th, because that's when yesterday Prime Minister Modi completed 12 years. So Chandrababu Naidu writes an article on this, saying how he has completed successful 12 years of the Modi regime. So today we'll talk about this 12 years of Modi regime, how in times of crisis, when people are going through the oil crisis, the urea crisis, the gas crisis. The students of the countries don't have any answers. The entire examination system is rigged, and here we have eologies published for the prime minister. Are these forced eologies? Are these editorials forced? And are these praises which come from the people like Mohandas Pai and also Anupam Kher, are these compulsions because they have to make the prime minister visible in a good light? And if this is going to continue, what is the answer? Is the answer India Alliance? We'll ask all these questions. Joining me this evening is former Congress spokesperson, author, and political commentator Sanjay Jha. Sanjay, thank you so much for joining. And your first thoughts on the way BJP is celebrating these 12 years of Modi regime, and also saying that he has surpassed Prime Minister Nehru.
Neelu, first and foremost, through your very popular show, to you and to the viewers, we all need to be congratulated for surviving Mr. Modi's government for 12 years. I think it's been a dark, dismal, depressing, and wasted decade plus 2 years. And I'm being very polite in saying that. Mr. Modi has the dubious distinction of destroying Indian democracy. We all know about that. India has had an undeclared emergency for the last 12 years. The official lasted for around 21 months. I think we have lived for 144 months already. So the BJP can celebrate because they are in power, but Mr. Modi leaves behind a very, I would say, dystopian and a disturbing legacy as and when he leaves. Because with every passing day, you can see it's getting progressively worse. So I'm not at all optimistic about how long is he going to be there and what is he going to do. But it can be said with reasonable confidence that what Dr. Manmohan Singh said about him once when he was asked, how do you foresee if Mr. Modi becomes prime minister? And the normally reticent man was extremely explicit. And he said, it will be, or rather he will be, a disaster. I would congratulate Mr. Modi for at least vindicating that faith of Dr. Manmohan Singh.
Sanjay, the way it is put out that, and look at the editorial written by H.D. Devagowda, who says that, Nehru did not have as many challenges as Prime Minister Modi faces. Now, what does one say to an editorial like this? And why did he, he's been a farmer's prime minister. He used to say, I'm the son of a humble farmer. And now he's, the way he's praising Prime Minister Modi, he very well knows the kind of crisis which the country is going through. And then also we see editorials like this. And then Chandrababu Naidu as well.
I don't think we should, Neelu, waste our time on commenting on what these political cheerleaders of Mr. Modi believe about him. You talked about Mr. Gowda saying that Mr. Modi faced a difficult situation worse than what Pandit Nehru faced. That shows the complete ignorance, if not the blatant bluffing that is going on in Indian politics. India inherited from the British life expectancy of 27 years, poverty of 90%, illiteracy of over 90%. I don't think Mr. Gowda knows what he's talking about. So please do not give them any mileage on your very precious airtime. This is absolute gibberish. This is the reason why the youth of this country are currently feeling so frustrated. Look at the kind of politicians you have. They are blatantly and brazenly lying as if today's youth can't make out what's going on. And just for the record, Mr. Gowda, or maybe his followers will pass on this video to him, Mr. Modi inherited a GDP from Dr. Manmohan Singh, who was much criticized for that GDP, which was 6.4% per annum, which he inherited from Dr. Manmohan Singh's Congress-led UPA. Guess what Mr. Modi's government has done over the last 7 years? 5.5%. And over the last 12 years, 6.2%. Lower than one of the underperforming years of Dr. Manmohan Singh. So I think Mr. Gowda, Mr. Naidu, let's not waste our time with that. These guys are part of a coalition. They will do this shamelessly, and it's a waste of time.
No, but we also have to talk about the fact that in times of crisis like this, it's this is not what the country wants to hear as to how big Prime Minister Modi is. The people of the country needs answers as to why this OSM mess happened, why the neat paper leak happened, why there is an oil and a gas crisis in the country. And in times like these, BJP is celebrating this kind of an achievement, saying that Prime Minister Modi has surpassed Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru.
See, listen, Neelu, let's be honest. We are not a democracy. Now, in a democracy, mainstream media asks questions of this government. Here, the mainstream media are the biggest, cheerleaders. They're all literally, as to borrow from Mr. L.K. Advani, they were asked to bend, they began to crawl. It is absolute, in my opinion, it's a mockery of democracy. Let's look at some numbers. You are having record unemployment amongst the youth. The demographic dividend story is dead, officially dead. India's youth at the moment face a bleak future. I'm not even going to go down to this artificial intelligence's impact on future jobs. Look at the farmers. They have been lied to repeatedly. Doubling of the farm income was supposed to happen a couple of years ago. What happened? What happened? All hype and hoopla. Nobody questions Modi at all. In India today, we are one of the most suffering societies because of income inequality, right? 1% of Indians holding more than 40% of wealth. How are you going to make the society more equitable? It's not going to happen. Crony capitalism is at its peak. Adani, Ambani, and a couple of other big industrial groups have captured India. They are taking away your natural resources. This is the Modi government. I mean, the 50 most hottest cities in the world were in India on April 27th. The most polluted cities in the India are there in the winter in India and in different times of the year as well. Now look at governance. You have destroyed all institutions in India. Election Commission, finished. I mean, can you imagine today that India's investments are so low because the industry is scared of investing because of the fear of ED, CBI, and income tax, or the fear of a hostile takeover by the crony capitalist of Mr. Modi? Net FTI is now barely above negative, which means people are now taking money out of India instead of investing in this country. Look at the dollar rupee rate. If the RBI stops supporting the rupee, it could cross rupees 100 any point against the dollar. I mean, look at the rupee against the euro or against the pound sterling. It's at a all-time low. The rupee is the worst performing currency in the world, at least in Asia, for sure. India is in dire straits. I mean, the parts that we can talk about till the cows come home is also the disastrous foreign policy. I mean, Pakistan today is become, from the pariah it was under Mr. Dr. Manmohan Singh, is now at the high table of diplomatic negotiations to end the West Asia war. Mr. Modi is running around trying to make sure that our oil prices don't go high. I mean, look at the collapse of foreign policy. Bangladesh today is hostile to us when, once upon a time, we had the credit of liberating the country in 1971. So if you look at any sphere of governance, whether it's, I would say, basic protection of democracy or constitutional liberty, is zero. Today, media is hungry, media is dead.
I think Prime Minister Modi is going through the toughest period, and he has brought the country to one of the toughest moments in the last 12 years. But these kind of endorsements of Prime Minister Modi, and everybody says that brand Modi is at its lowest ebb right now. And when a brand is at its lowest ebb, and then you are trying to pump in air by getting endorsements through editorials, what does that mean? I mean, is Prime Minister's office asking these papers to publish? Or is Prime Minister Modi asking the allies now to endorse for him? None of the BJP leaders are endorsing, but it's the allies who are endorsing. H.D. Devagowda, then you have Chandrababu Naidu, none of the BJP leaders. What does it go to show?
I'll tell you the reason behind that, right? Because the Prime Minister made a speech telling the country to save. So he doesn't want to make sure that the people figure out that the BJP is on a propaganda drive. Because I'm telling you, these are all advertising paid for. These guys haven't even written
Yes.
them. I'm 100% somebody's just drafted it out from the publication itself, or the BJP has given it. So they want
Yes.
to just show that we haven't spent the money, it has been done by our allies, right? But here is the truth. I mean, today, if you look at the numbers, India is in dire straits. I mean, think about it. I was reading the report that for the first time in the MSCI index, not a single Indian stock is featuring. I mean, we have been today, you are literally under the orders of America. It's true. We are responding in foreign relations as if we'll do exactly what the Americans want us to do, what the Israelis want us to do. I mean, look at the state of affairs within the country, Neelu. Journalists are hounded. So many have had to leave their jobs, including people like you have been hounded all the time, right? RTI activists are troubled. You have a situation where the crime rates against women are skyrocketing. You've seen this hate speeches made by BJP chief ministers. I mean, lynching has been normalized. Calls for genocide have been normalized. I mean, what kind of a country have we become? I mean, this is today, India is exactly the opposite of what it was meant to be in 1947. Seriously.
Absolutely.
Tell me, if it was really such an attractive destination, why is Mr. Modi's government panicking on suddenly giving capital gains tax relief to the foreigners? They are taking out their money. They find that India is a political risk, India is a business risk, India is a regulatory risk. In India, a couple of crony capitalists can come and capture your business. And the fact that it's a very opaque system. In India, there is no ease of doing business. This government can hound anybody whenever it wants. I mean, the
Absolutely.
other day, one business group took on Adani Group, and they got raided the other day. It's brazen. You know, I think Mr. Modi's government is now sending out a message to the people of India. They don't care. They're not bothered because they believe they have captured television. They can influence social media through right wing Instagram handles, and they got many propagandists they pay, like these guys who write these columns, etc. They got many paid guys who come on TV shows as independent analysts. I encounter them every other day. They are all paid for, so they control all levers of power. They control all institutions. They control media. They got significant influence in number of layers of, I would say, very disturbingly, at least the lower levels of judiciary. It is very, very crippling. This is at the moment a crisis point. I mean, you had a situation where four judges came out publicly from the Supreme Court Collegium and said India's democracy is in danger.
This 12 years of disaster which the nation has seen on all fronts. Now, what is the counter? Now, yesterday, India Alliance had its meeting after a long gap of 2 years. The last meeting they held was on June 1st, 2024. And after that long hiatus, we saw India Alliance meeting, obviously with their powers more crippled because you have a TMC which is split. Aam Aadmi Party is not part of the India Alliance. How are they going to move ahead? And can we even imagine India Alliance to come to power or Congress forming a government in 2029? If this is the rate of the things at which the things are, the rate at which the things are unfolding?
Well, let me tell you, the India Alliance needs to understand one thing very clearly. The people are ready for a change. I think you should look at the Cockroach Janata Party's extraordinary, spectacular success on social media to tell you that the young are fed up, And I can tell you, if the young are fed up, so is their family, which includes Gen X and baby boomers or whatever. So it's across ages, across income levels, across cities. I think the country is now recognized that they have been taken for a big jolly ride. I don't think this government of Mr. Modi has fulfilled any promise that it made, whether it was about more governance, more jobs, and farmers and women. Zero. It's an absolute zero. If you look at this government on any criteria, I would rate this government as one of the weakest, most incompetent government we've seen. We are socially divided, economically devastated, politically corrupted, and I would say in terms of governance, completely compromised. Completely compromised. There is no India story. India today has, there are people who are talking about how embarrassing it is for Indian tourists in the way they are behaving abroad. This was not happening before. This is unprecedented. I mean, I have never seen the way, civic sense is completely evaporated. There is, people are running around as if this is a banana republic. People are doing what they like. I mean, the rise in violence, on crimes against women, in general, the level of social tension or identity politics has now made India look like a very unattractive place
Look
for
at Sanjay,
tourists.
the first meeting which we saw of the India Alliance yesterday, and the 5 points on which a consensus has evolved. Does it enthuse some sort of a confidence in India Alliance? First of all, they are psychologically very, very demotivated because of the losses in the recent elections they've had. But the kind of pointers on which a consensus has also been evolved doesn't enthuse so much of excitement, and it doesn't give you that hope that and how will they carry forward their agenda? How will they go to the people until unless they plan or announce something which is very drastic?
Well, Neelu, that's exactly the point I'm going to come to. I have taken a little longer time to explain the state of India under Modi's government, to say that if the India Alliance does not now see the opportunity, when will it? It's
True.
literally on their, given to them on a silver platter. The Cockroach Janata Party's extraordinary response tells you that this is probably endemic across the country. People have realized that they have been misled, and they are victims of a massive propaganda, publicity, and a PR campaign. Now, what should the opposition do? It is not a level playing field. That's the reason why very often the opposition is not heard. Today, for example, on TV channels, on billboards, through the institutional processes, the RSS and the BJP have captured India. So they have a massive challenge. They don't have money. All the money is with the BJP. And yet the India Alliance needs to win the elections. So my simple advice to the India Alliance, I just did a column actually on Substack, and I posted out on X, etc. My appeal to the India Alliance is, you have to defeat the BJP despite the Election Commission, despite the ED. Although the CBI, the income tax will be against you, you will have less money. You will have hostility from big media, television channels. You will be facing all kinds of threats and arrests and lack of resources. And yet you have to win an election. Because if you don't, the BJP will only get progressively more authoritarian and fascist. So you have to win despite these monumental headwinds.
But winning looks. I mean, the victory looks far fetched, Sanjay, because the inherent contradictions within the India Alliance, first they have to be overcome. Now, how that will be overcome, I don't know. First of all, we don't see that kind of a cohesion. It was some sort of a new regrouping, it seemed like yesterday when they met. And at least only that one window of hope where they said that now every 2 months they will be meeting. So at least now they've put this straight and clear that, okay, it won't be like last time. They will be meeting every 2 months. But what about the inherent contradictions?
Well, let me tell you, very simply put, all the political parties of the India Alliance know it, particularly the Congress, and the regional parties are now fully aware of it as well. If you don't stop the BJP in every election between now and 2029, ending with the 2029 Lok Sabha elections, Indian democracy can be formally buried, formally cremated. Already there is a conversation on how the BJP is engineering more defections. As you can see, it's happening in the TMC. And they will get the numbers to in the Raj Sabha and the Lok Sabha to bring about any constitutional amendment. So what are they going to do? They will make sure that the one nation, one election happens. They will make sure the delimitation happens. And then the BJP has nothing to worry about. It's as simple as that. It's not uncomplicated, Neelu, which is why I wrote in my column that it's about time that the Congress needs to get its act together. Because if the Congress remains weak, no matter what the regional parties do, you are not going to be able to stop the BJP, because the BJP defeats the Congress on head-to-head contest. They
No,
compete
but
in nearly 200 seats.
you've been part of the Sanjay, you've been part of Congress. What do you think Congress needs to do extra? Now, Rahul Gandhi is taking the government head on. He's talking
Mhm.
about all issues. The social media is very, very active. Of late, I don't know whether it was the cockroach party effect. Of late, we saw NSUI workers all on the streets in the different parts of the country. I mean, that was a different story that the media did not show those protests. But Congress is out on the street. They are mingling, talking to the people, raising the issue. What more does Congress need to do so that whatever mistakes the party has made in the past, it doesn't repeat those mistakes?
Well, let me tell you, the Congress needs to win head-to-head contest against the BJP. It will inspire the people. It will galvanize its cadres. It will make the other regional partners believe that the India alliance is going to be in power. You're going to be in government. If the Congress underperforms, you have a problem. I'll give you an example. In Assam, the Congress should have won that election. Just think what the narrative would have been had Kerala been won and you formed a government with the TVK and one had won Assam. Nobody would have been talking about Bengal. Assam would have been the story. The Congress has been consistently underperforming. Now, here is the problem. We all know there's been vote chori. Why hasn't the Congress been able to get the entire opposition together? Why is the Congress waited so long to bring everybody together? So I have a couple of points here, because I know we don't have too much of time on your program at the moment. The Congress should give the chairmanship or the chairpersonship of the India Alliance to a non-Congress party. And I'll tell you
Okay,
the reason.
that's
The
an important
Congress
point.
is the most critical linchpin of the India Alliance. It is the leader of the opposition. So you already have a voice in parliament and outside. Rahul Gandhi is a cabinet minister rank and he's heard all over the place. He's the leader of the opposition. Now you create more voices, because then the party is and the India Alliance is seen not just through Rahul Gandhi or Kharge ji, but through every other voice. Let Mamata Banerjee, who's now no longer the chief minister, she'll have the time and she's combative. She's fiercely ready to go and get onto the streets. You need a different political conversation. Give it to a Mamata Banerjee, give it to anybody else if you believe they're capable. But I think Mamata is right now the ideal candidate to head the India Alliance. Okay, now here is my point. Think about the one reason why the Congress struggles against the BJP. In the head-to-head states, the Congress doesn't get its act together till the elections are announced. You need time. Now,
You made a very important point. You were saying that the ideal chairperson of the India Alliance would be Mamata Banerjee right now.
absolutely, because see, she's been defeated in an election where she refused to resign, saying this election has been cheated and the election commission through the SIR robbed many voters of an opportunity to vote, which we know is around 27 lakhs or 34 lakhs, make your choice. That's a staggering number. Now, TMC, the BJP is breaking up that party. They're doing exactly what they did in Maharashtra. Now, there is nothing better than a passionate crusader who's wounded because she genuinely feels, and I think a lot of us believe, that the Bengal election was engineered. Now, she may not have been that popular. Maybe she would have got lesser seats. But there is a legitimate argument here that the TMC has been deprived of a level playing field. There's no argument on that. The BJP is going to do that in all the elections coming up next year. They're going to do it in Punjab. That's the reason why Raghav Chadda, etc., have been taken away. They're going to do it in Uttar Pradesh. They're going to do it in Uttarakhand. They'll do it in Himachal. They'll do it everywhere. They're going to do it everywhere. They're going to do it without any compunctions. This is an unprincipled, immoral, unethical political party you're talking about. This is the Sam Dam Dand Bhed politics of Amit Shah and Mr. Modi. So to cut the long story short, let Mamata Banerjee lead it. And I would like Congress to focus on giving leadership to the right people. Don't waste time. Make Sachin Pilot the head and the chief ministerial candidate for Rajasthan. Why is Ashok Gehlot still making these obtuse statements to try and embarrass Sachin? It's absolutely bizarre. Okay? Congress should focus on what? Listen, you have a chance. The BJD is a non-entity in Odisha. It's seen as a puppet of the BJP. Take the opposition space immediately. Right now in Andhra Pradesh, Naidu's statements on delimitation were highly ambivalent. The Congress should try and seize that space right now, because even YSR looked highly compromised. Seize the opposition space in Andhra. You see, these are opportunities. I mean, for God's sake, when are you going to win Gujarat all over again? If the Congress, instead of trying to lead the India alliance, does its job in parliament, it's anyway the leader of the opposition, and focuses on getting his act together, reinvigorate your cadres, give young people charge. I mean, show hunger. Rahul Gandhi is doing it. It's a little late in the day, but he's doing it well. Now, can we just have more people other than just Rahul Gandhi? Can we have Priyanka? Can we have Sachin? Can we have Manish Tiwari? Can we have Randeep Surjewala? Can we have DK Shiv Kumar? Thank God he's become the chief minister there. So the Congress has woken up to the party, a little late, but better late than never. I believe Mr. Modi can be easily defeated in the state elections and the Lok Sabha elections. The responsibility lies with the Rahul Gandhi and the Congress party.
In fact, Rahul Gandhi said the same thing yesterday to all the political parties, that it's not difficult to defeat Prime Minister Modi. Look what we did in 2024. So let's see what India Alliance does in the coming days. The next meeting is scheduled sometimes in August in Hyderabad, because they promised to meet every 2 months. So let's see what is the roadmap given by the India Alliance. Thank you so much, Sanjay. Always a pleasure having you on the program.
Likewise. Thank you.